Now, here we are in the middle of winter, always looking at this minus 18, which is 0 degrees. And at 0 degrees, we can kill all stages of insects, egg, larvae, pupa, and adults with cold temperature. But on the other side, the insects have such a quick metabolism that when we hit 100, 105 degrees, they start dying off in a matter of hours, and you can kill insects so quick with heat. What we want to avoid, or at least be aware of, is when we hit this 77 to about 85 degree mark, that this is the optimum condition for development of insects. When your grain hits 77, they're exploding at that point. They're reproducing fast, they're creating fast generations at that point. When you are in any other industry, if you can lower that down by about 5 to 10 degrees Fahrenheit, you can then manage the insects. I'll show you an example. This is in Georgia. Georgia is not the peach tree state. This is the country just north of Turkey and south of Russia. And I had a chance to go there through the United Nations trip, and they have old Soviet flour mills. These were built in the 50s, and they love concrete over there. But they take people, crews, and go around and they clean these mills according to temperature. They don't have pheromone traps, they have temperature gauges. And I think we can learn a lot from these people from Georgia. I think temperature is so important to be able to walk around a building and know what it is at the ceiling, know what it is at the floor. And when we do fumigations in our company, we're constantly looking at temperatures to know how much gas to add to an area in order to, we don't waste gas, but we get enough there depending on the temperature. So here's a flour mill. Think about it in terms of insects are a symptom of a condition. And that condition could be that it's warm right here, but it's not warm over there. The bearings on the row stand here may be 100 degrees on one side, maybe 110 degrees on the other side of the row stand. So insects then will look for these microclimates to be able to grow, exist, and reproduce. Even taking it to a point where you can just spatially map those areas and look at the areas that have the highest temperature. Mapping it. Remember in 2012, last year, when we had the March, or 2 years ago, I guess, almost last year, where we had that March that was the warmest March in history. 14,000 cities had record marches, not record days, but whole record marches. And we got insects out of the pocket here really early, and all of a sudden that created an outbreak that continued throughout the rest of the year. We had 50 or 60 days of 90-degree weather or more. We can map that, and we can make predictions early in the year what the insect year is going to look like, just taking a look at is it above average. So global warming, climate change, call it what you want. As this increases, we're seeing more activity throughout the world, that insects are surviving an extra generation, producing hundreds of more insects, causing things like emerald ash borer and the spruce bug problems. Temperature is important, and I think it will affect our industry in the future.